Hi, folks, and welcome to Direct Kicks Grassroots Sports Television. And we have a very special show for you today because we're talking about my alma mater, Nicholson Catholic College, and an amazing opportunity to help support the boys' senior basketball team. Hey, I used to be the co-captain way back in 1980, and I am a proud supporter of the team. They have an amazing tour of one of the most passionate group of basketball supporters in all of Europe, in Greece. So the team gets to go to Greece, and we're going to be talking to one of the parents of the players, Pieter Kort, and his son Ethan is on the team, and it is going to be an amazing tour. So let us get Pieter onto the show right away, and we can have a chat. Pieter, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on, Scott.
This is going to be an amazing tour. Tell us a little bit about this, because the senior boys, like I said, are going to an amazing, these guys in Greece, they love their basketball. Tell us about the tour.
Well, that's one of the reasons that we chose Greece, because it is such a great country, and they do have a passion for basketball. And in terms of the boys, we've been planning as a group for a year for this tour. Everybody is super excited for it, and there's two destinations primarily that they're going to. They're going to start in a coastal village about the same size as Belleville. It's in the southwest of Greece called Kalamata. And I know that the folks in Kalamata are eager to have these Canadian basketball players come up and see how we compete. They're staying in that community for about 6 days. There's a tournament organized for the boys. And that's going to be the first part of the tour, and that's going to be the biggest part of the tour in terms of length of stay. But then to make sure they have the full experience of Greece, they're going into Athens, and they're going to do some incredible things in that area, things that you could expect. They're going to see the Parthenon, which is amazing, at Acropolis. They're going to tour sort of metropolitan Greece, and then make certain stops along the way. They're going to go to the first Olympics at Olympia, which I think is phenomenal. And there's all sort of what we've tried to do is sort of balance the coastal village with seeing a metropolis, and then have sort of the athletics with the games in Kalamata, probably a game in Athens as well. That's a bonus. It's sort of out there. That's a real possibility for the boys. And then really have an academic and cultural aspect of it as well, to learn the culture and history of Greece.
That's an incredible I was telling Frank Farrell earlier today that, when I was playing, we went to Walkerton, and we went to Gravenhurst. We didn't get to Greece. So this is an awesome opportunity for the kids. Now, let's talk a little bit about the team itself. They are very competitive in the senior boys in the Bay of Quinte. Tell us a little bit about the team itself.
Yeah, the participation level this year has been fantastic. There's 16 regulars, which I just really think is a really fantastic stat for the team, and everybody's seeing court time, and it's a real great mix. There's a lot of strong grade 11s that came up. Lennox Stewart comes to mind. Jonah came up. There's a good core group of support players in that grade 11. Reed Andrus, Wyatt Bennett, and then we've got a core group of seniors that were very competitive last year as well. Gregory Papakuriasis is a returning veteran, Jake Nobel, and there's even a couple year five guys that came back, Kilty Friesen, some real seasoned vets out there. And of course, I can't exclude my son. He's a steady point guard back there, Ethan Kort. And then on top of that, we really got lucky. There's an exchange student that came in from South Korea, Sukwon Moon, an excellent player. And then a young man from the Ajax Pickering area named Josh that came in, didn't play ball last year, power forward, excellent basketball player as well. So it's a really great mix of sort of returning vets, some year 5 guys. Isaiah Dara came back as a year 5 guy as well. And then these seasoned vets that are returning that really, really help out. And then the other part that's fantastic about this team is it's a complete team. You got the guys that are sort of the starters that are there, but then you have some great role-playing guys going in there doing their job. A guy like Ryan Lees comes to mind. He's been hitting threes all over the place. He's on the alumni page. The big post is Lees hits threes. So, yeah, and there's all kinds of guys. I can't name enough of them. They're really great, and it's a great group, and really pleased with the cohesion on this group, and just just the teamwork, right? That's the main thing, is the teamwork. They play as a team, and they're a good group out there.
Tell us a little bit about the coach.
Well, how can you say enough about the coaching staff? You got Justin Walsh, who's teaching at Nicholson. He's a basketball player himself. He played with a real strong group to the mid '90s. Fantastic. But how can you say enough about Tim Coates, right? Tim Coates, what a guy, he's a legend at Nicholson. The second he decides to retire from coaching, he's going to be honored. I can say that at the girls' OFSA was hosted at Nicholson this year, which I thought was fantastic. And our girls did very, very well in that tournament. They were very competitive in that tournament. Coatesy was honored. Tim was honored by OFSA for his outstanding contribution to basketball. And I thought, there's nobody more deserving of that recognition right now that's coaching in basketball. Just a steady influence on the bench, and we're really lucky to have him.
No question. I played with Tim many, many years, and he's the John Stockton of Canadian basketball.
Yeah, I mean, 100%.
He played exactly like John. He never ever made a mistake, that guy. And it was an honor to be able to watch him play. He played with my brother, so I didn't actually play with him for senior basketball, but I played a lot of hoops with him and his brother Chris. So pretty cool. And Nicholson has a very long history of amazing coaches. I mean, Frank Farrell, Gary Duggan, Pat Clancy was another guy, and they instilled an amazing love of the sport for so many people. I mean, I think Frank said there were something like 75 coaches that came out of the basketball program from Nicholson. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, I love to see that people giving back to the game, and you see some of the guys like Frank's son Tim is a very active coach now.
Yep.
And then a guy, Darren Addy, you can't discount how much Darren's given back to basketball through his work in the Spirits, and then his son's coming back and playing for Nicholson. Really gave back. And then another great coach, you got Jim Barbeau, won 3 OFSAs in the 2000s in a row, like three-peat. I call it, ran the table 3 times in a row. Phenomenal coach. And now his son Connor, one of his sons Connor, gives back by being a ref, and he's an excellent referee and he's an excellent coach. And then Ryan, phenomenal basketball player, gives back as a coach now as well. So it's that commitment to the game that's instilled that is something I think that the school should be very proud of.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Darren Addy. I played a lot. Wow. He was in grade 12 when I was in grade 13, and his skill level went through the roof after he played high school. I mean, he was a great high school player, but he even got better because of his commitment to the game. And now look what he's done with the Spirits. It's amazing. And let's talk a little bit about this, the weekend, the alumni weekend, the 26th and 27th. And we're actually being basketball fiends on the 27th. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening there.
So the 27th, we got ready to go. It's great. We're going to start at noon, and it's just kind of a way for people to get together, a little meet and greet. Jay Simpson and Mark Almeida, those guys are barbecue experts. They're going to have pulled pork and sliders and stuff like that. And it's just a chance for everyone to kind of chill out behind the Providence Gymnasium, weather permitting, and hang out. And then the boys actually have a game against Napanee, and we're super, super thankful. Big shout out to NDSS for coming down and playing against us on that weekend. Yeah. And that game's at 2:30, and then some of the fun really happens because we've got a big group of alumni that are coming back. There are about between 40 and 50 players that are coming back from very different age groups. Some from the 60s, some from the 70s, 80s, 90s, right up into the 2000s. And Frank Farrell and Jim Barbeau have put together a plan for these teams playing against each other. And, some of these gentlemen are going to be recognized as being part of the all-decade teams at Nicholson. And we're really excited to have that. And then after that, we got a party, right? You can't bring everyone together. There's a lot of people flying in for this from all parts of Canada, some flying international. So we gotta have a party after for sure. And at 7 o'clock, we're going to meet at the Grand and just kick back, continue the festivities. Really, really happy to showcase Rylan Murray. He's a young musician that's a current student at Nicholson. So really happy that he's going to play. And then the Empress Grins, they're going to play as well. And we're really happy that they're willing to donate their time to this cause. Sam Brady's the lead singer, and I'm so glad I mentioned Sam because of one of the seasoned vets. It's a real grinder out there. That's an incredible asset to the team. Is Sam's son Kevin.
Oh,
Kevin's been
fantastic.
a real steady influence out there. If there's a guy that's going to stand in front and take that charge, it's
Right.
Kevin. Kevin is really sacrifices. I can't say it enough. It's wild. We were at a tournament this weekend at Crescent, and there's someone just tearing down the court, and who steps to take that foul? It's Kev, and it's more oftentimes than not, it's Kevin. So Kevin's a huge asset out there as part of the team too. So, and we're gonna party the night away.
And the Impish Grins, led by Sam, they are an excellent band. That's going to be awesome. And for those watching, if you see the crawl below, there are two ways that you can support both the basketball extravaganza as well as the after party. For the basketball extravaganza, it is Basketball Nicholson at Gmail. If you can e-transfer, the tickets are $10. And for the after party, the same, $10. Get them quick because Sam Brady is going to rock the house down with his impish grins, and it is NCC After Party at Gmail, and it's $10. And I'm telling you, we mentioned off camera that one of the most well-known, probably the most well-known player to ever play for Nicholson Senior Boys, Mark Crawford, the legend. Texted me earlier today. He saw the video that we did to promote, and he wants to give us all a shout out and give all the team because he's been such a great supporter, hasn't he?
Oh, there's no question about it. Mark has been a phenomenal supporter of the school and Nicholson basketball as well. The boys had a tour in the '90s. I think it may have been '97 or '98 to Vancouver, and who was there to meet them? But Mark Crawford, take him to tour through the dressing room when he's coaching in Vancouver. Just a phenomenal supporter of Nicholson basketball.
And he was a great. I mean, talk about playing a lot of hoops with him. I played a lot of road hockey with him and a ton of hoops. He was in my brother's grade as well, and it was like, wow. He could play. Now, this is a guy who spent a lot of time practicing with his the Cornwall Royals.
Yeah.
And then he would come back and he would play a game, and he would just he had an awesome outside shot. He was just a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah, it's incredible some of the battles that would have happened down at the education center back in the day.
Yeah, the Ghetto. He was
Yeah.
one of the founding members of the Ghetto, along with myself, my brother Steve, and of course my late brother Steve, and the late great Louis Malash. We had a lot of great opportunity to tune our game before we went to Nicholson. Like for 2 years, I worked on my game before I ever played at Nicholson because we knew going in that you had to play at a level in order to get to that senior boys team. And yeah, we played a lot down at the Ghetto. It was awesome.
Big part of Belleville's history, that education center.
Oh, there's no question. There's no question at all. So thanks a lot for talking to us. This has been an awesome conversation, and good luck in the recruitment drive and promoting this amazing tour that you guys are doing. Good luck the rest of the way in the Bay of Quinte. I know it's really competitive, and I know Ethan's going to lead them along with all the other great players and the coaches. So thanks a lot, Peter, for taking the time today to talk to us.
Yeah, Scott, can't thank you enough for having me on the show. Really appreciate it.
Hey, anytime, and you know what? As a grad of this great high school, I can't wait for the 26th and 27th, and we want everybody to join us. Like and subscribe, and tell this to everybody out there because we really want people to support this amazing tour for the boys. Thanks very much, Peter. We'll talk very soon, and we'll talk later.
Excellent.
Thanks. All right, that was amazing. Thanks, Peter. It was a great opportunity to promote an amazing basketball program at Nicholson Catholic College. Remember, it is the 27th, Saturday. We have a tailgating party. We have a barbecue, and then the senior boys, are going to be taking on Napanee at 2:30, and then the old farts like us, the alumni game. Can't wait to dunk more than donuts, and we'll see you next time on Direct Kicks. I think we'll get out of this show sometime. See ya.